So on to the Super 8. You could say, if you want to be rude, that look, the others have been cast aside and now it's the Big 8 all over again. We haven't had an upset. Though strictly speaking, you'd say Australia number 9, Bangladesh number 8, but they're just rubbing it into the Aussies. They were always going to make it there. So England versus Pakistan, a lot would depend on the kind of surface that's up there. Day 1 at Bridgetown, Barbados, fantastic surface. Bit of bounce for the spinners, lots of carry for the faster bowlers, ball coming on, batsmen light playing shots, and something in there as well. And I'd like to see how the Pakistan quick bowlers go there. Sami, I'm not quite sure. Maybe Asif, because there's a lot of lateral movement on this track as well. It would be a folly not to play Mohammad Asif in there. But I just wonder there, the main strength really is Saeed Ajmal, is Shahid Afridi, whether they might want to change that. England, they've got a good opening partnership. Potentially Keith Sweater and Lum can go for it. We saw Lum a lot in the IPL and I quite like the look of him, to be honest. He took a bit of time finding his feet around, but he's got all the shots and he can get them off to a good start. But it's looking like a 135, 140, 145 kind of game here at the Kensington Oval, and I just think it might come down to who catches better, who runs better, who fields better, who throws better, and then England might just have an advantage over Pakistan. We need a disciplined approach from Pakistan. I think it's anybody's game in that one. And then the next one, South Africa comes straight back, and I think there's a bit of a bonus there in their game against New Zealand because they know exactly what this track is going to do. Morne Morkel would love bowling on it, Steyn would love bowling on it, and you've just got to think that South Africa have a little more firepower than New Zealand on those tracks. New Zealand have so far had a couple of rain-affected games. They played up in Guyana where the ball was not doing too much. It was sort of squatting along, completely different surface awaits them here in Barbados. That's of course assuming that each of the 4 tracks on the square behaves exactly the same way. So you've just got to believe that South Africa versus New Zealand, South Africa have the aces in them because they've played a game here, and I think that counts for a lot. So South Africa to hold all the aces, I suspect, against New Zealand, but Pakistan versus England, it should be a fantastic cricket match.